Since my childhood, Defender of the Fatherland Day has been celebrated in our family on a grand scale. In terms of importance, this date was approximately on par with New Year, March 8th, and Christmas. It's just that Dad has been associated with the armed forces since he was 18. At first, he served in the Army, and he stayed there, gradually receiving new ranks and moving up the career ladder. I've gotten used to this state of affairs, although I moved out of the house more than 20 years ago. Dad has long since retired, but he still continues to be an old warrior. He now works as the chairman of a management company, keeping the entire team in an iron fist. This year, Defender of the Fatherland Day came too unexpectedly for me. It seems like only yesterday we were drinking champagne to the chimes, and today we already need to congratulate men, all because of the crazy workload at work. I was opening a new branch of the company in another part of the city. I would come home before dawn and be the first one to open the office in the morning. February 23rd was my well-deserved day off, so I slept until 12 noon, which I hadn't allowed myself for a long time. I just closed my eyes at 9 p.m. the night before, and when I opened them, the sun was already shining. It's a good thing my husband took on all the household chores and the kids. He's an understanding person. He saw that I was moving around like a wounded snail these last few days. That's why he didn't grumble that I didn't get up early on February 23rd and bake him some holiday pancakes. I only got to the phone around lunchtime. I decided to congratulate my dad right away. I started calling as fast as I could, but he didn't pick up. Then he answered after about 5 times, but he just burst into some kind of sarcastic snort at my inspired speech. Well, I'm used to such antics. What can you expect from a retired military man? This manner of communication is normal for him. You finally got around to it, dear daughter. He made a sarcastic remark in my direction. Thank you for even remembering. And he hung up, and then he put my number on ignore. I managed to contact my father only 2 days later. He lives in the neighboring city with my mother. It was my mother who enlightened me that our old soldier was deeply offended. After all, I, the bitch, dared to congratulate him not early in the morning, but only at lunchtime. He had been guarding the phone since 5 in the morning, waiting for a call. I even felt somehow awkward about it. I didn't know that Dad behaved like that on a holiday. I never had such complaints before. I just smirked at such a childish insult. My daddy loves to make a mountain out of a molehill. What difference does it make what time I congratulated him? The main thing is that I did it on the right date and with all sincerity. Why sulk? He even put me on the ignore list, the act of not a former military man, but a kindergarten graduate. That's an indicator of your attitude towards me. My father told me when I finally got through to him. You don't need me. You don't care about me. If something happens, you won't even remember me. As if I've been sitting here on the couch relaxing all day and don't know what to do. Sometimes I forget my name and when my birthday is. My life is just a fountain of events. The children have different events at school, the opening of a new branch, household chores, and I also have a husband who also demands attention. You weren't planning to congratulate me at all, I'm sure. He began to accuse me. You just got on my conscience. That's why you dialed my number. My tongue was almost worn out, while I assured my dad that I didn't want to offend or upset him on purpose. It was just the way things worked out. I'm in a period now where I'm tired as hell, and I had no intention of upsetting him in any way. I remember that February 23rd is an important holiday for our family. It took Dad a long time to recover from that offense. I didn't even know how to rehabilitate myself. I brought him his favorite cakes for tea and invited him to visit us and got tickets to a concert of his favorite performer. Dad's anger changed to mercy only in March. We started communicating again, but little by little. Barbs still slipped into conversation. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. Well, he's an old man. What can you expect from him? If he wants to be offended, go ahead. I'll always make the first step towards reconciliation. After all, he's my dad.